There's been a ton of hype and excitement around PSVR 2 since it launched late last year. But now that the dust is settling, where do we go from here? What lies ahead on the roadmap for Sony's shiny new headset? I have some educated guesses, tempered expectations, and maybe a little bit of wishful thinking about what I hope to see. First up, I think it's reasonable to expect a fairly steady drip feed of smaller PSVR 2 games announced via State of Play live streams through 2024. Sony will want to keep momentum going by regularly showcasing new titles headed to the platform from indie studios and publishers. These may not be huge AAA blockbusters, but we'll get tons of great games to keep us busy throughout the year. Speaking of blockbusters, every PSVR 2 owner would love to see some reveals of big-name Sony franchises coming to virtual reality. And I do think we'll get teased with at least one major first-party VR game at some point in late 2024 that gets us very excited for the future. Is it too much to hope for something on the level of Horizon or Spider-Man or God of War? Maybe. But with over 2 million PSVR 2 headsets already out there, the install base is large enough to justify Sony investing in more made-for-VR mega titles. Smaller ports of existing big VR games coming over from PC like Boneworks, HL, Alex, or Into the Radius unfortunately seem unlikely to me in 2024. As much as I'd love to experience those worlds in PSVR 2 with better graphics and less janky physics, issues around things like mod support probably make direct ports too problematic right now. Another safe bet is a bunch of the highest quality VR games that are playable on Quest and PC right now, eventually making their way to PSVR 2. Things like After the Fall, Cities VR, Kayak VR, Mirage, and tentpole arcade releases like Rec Room. Sony will want to capitalize on these proven titles to bolster the catalog. And we'll almost certainly continue to see a steady stream of ports and enhanced editions of older PSVR 1 games, updated to take advantage of PS5 power and PSVR 2's new controllers and haptic feedback. There are still some great VR games from the past 5 years that deserve an upgrade. But when it comes to the sheer number of new games released in 2024 across genres like shooters, RPGs, fitness, and sports, I think Quest will continue outpacing PSVR 2 simply due to ease of development and wider combined Quest install base when counted together with Quest 1 and 2. However, PSVR 2 will keep leading in terms of VR gaming quality and immersive AAA experiences, thanks to PS5 horsepower and growing development expertise with Unreal 5. So, a narrower but higher caliber catalog of games awaits PSVR 2 gamers this year and next. And if the long-rumored PS5 Pro upgrade comes to fruition in late 2024 or 2025, packing even more processing muscles, well then, get ready for PSVR 2 updates trickling out shortly after a push for the headset closer than ever to flawless 120Hz gaming without compromise. Reduced frame drops, lowered rep production, and snappier response could usher in a new golden age of VR gaming. Of course, if that PS5 Pro launches, I'd expect a full showcase event from Sony spotlighting the improvements, announcements of reworked AAA titles for the more powerful console, and early preview trailers teasing what next-gen only PSVR 2 games built exclusively for PS5 Pro might look like. Sony won't miss that kind of marketing opportunity. But let's snap back to reality and the year ahead. Right now, in the short term, smaller quality of life improvements likely await PSVR 2 early adopters via firmware updates. Things like improved cable strain relief, preset IPD profiles instead of manual adjustment, auto-off charge management for controllers when docked, and UI tweaks to improve navigation and comfort. I also foresee revisions coming to the reprojection and frame insertion methods used on PSVR 2 to smooth out perceived gameplay judder. While likely still there to some extent to prevent motion sickness, Sony is undoubtedly working on making these techniques less aggressive and intrusive based on user feedback so far. And last but certainly not least, game announcements. Here are 3 little predictions for some games I believe we'll see announced for PSVR 2 in 2024. fan-favorite VR adventure RPG, Ghost of Tsushima, arrives as a new standalone spin-off chapter made exclusively for virtual reality combat. Phasmophobia PSVR 2 edition gets confirmed for Halloween 2024, adding VR ghost hunting multiplayer chills. And finally, Rec Room officially joins the PSVR 2 catalog in late 2024, so you can hang out with friends and get your paintball on. So there you have it, friends, my best prognostications and slightly optimistic hopes for what the PlayStation VR landscape shapes up like through next year and into the not-too-distant future. What did I get wrong? What did I miss? Let me know your wildest PSVR 2 predictions down below, and as always, thanks so much for watching.